I'm Beck Lane, and I'm still in my pajamas, and I haven't taken a shower, and so gross. But I was just talking with a friend of mine, and we were talking about the state of politics. It's not even politics. We were talking about the state of this horrible nightmare that's going on, because we've had a traumatic event here in Sarasota. City commissioners acquiesced to Governor Kittenheels, and who demanded that all artwork be removed from city crosswalks and sidewalks. No real reason. It's just Governor Kittenheels overextending his reach, overextending his power, to show that he can get more power and more power and more power. We met with that here in Sarasota when he when Chancellor Kittenheels took over New College, which was a liberal arts college. He fired, I don't know how many people from the staff, because they were just, too considerate of human beings for him, which he has now turned into a movement called, woke, anti woke. It is called being considerate that people are alive, being considerate of other people. That's it. That's the bottom line. Anyway, Chancellor Kittenheels took over New College, devastated the community then. He has since tried to enact other things, other stuff that I can't even remember at this point, where you just go, what the fuck is wrong with you? But this week, uh, the five commissioners at City Hall decided to have all artwork removed from our one little sidewalk that was painted, as well as, or a crosswalk that was painted, as well as 300 plus sidewalk illustrations that were done, thanks to Denise Cowell and Bill Baranowski, who are Chalkfest and Avenue of Art. Now, those 300 sidewalk illustrations, and there are more, and they've kind of come and gone as they've gotten weathered, um, were really a point of pride for Sarasota, for most of Sarasota. I did encounter one failed artist and her over the hill retired lawyer husband, who spend their entire days in Burns Square trying to make trouble. They look up permits, and they bitch and they moan and they fucking complain to the city about every little thing. So they're Mr. and Mrs. Kravitz, and if there isn't an issue, they will create an issue. So most of the city was just so happy and comfortable with the Pride Crosswalk, which they were started destroying yesterday and are probably going to have removed or painted over by today. Um, Most of the city was like non-issue, absolute fucking non-issue. But with Avenue Art and Chalkfest, this is a point of pride. This brings people to the city. It literally brings hundreds, if not thousands, of people to the city. And when Chalkfest is actually being held, there are thousands and thousands of people that come from across the state, across the country, and around the world to participate. Quite literally. But the five city commissioners got a little letter from Chancellor Kittenheels that said, God, he reminds me of a cartoon character, like someone we would laugh at in one of those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation films. Uh, we watched as children. Anyway, either that or a Tim Burton character in Nightmare Before Christmas. Anywho, uh, the city got an email or a letter from Chancellor Kittenheels demanding that they remove all this artwork or they'll lose funding. Now, the city turned around and tried to sell this as and Governor Kittenheels as a safety issue. Oh my God! People suddenly out of the blue can't figure out how to drive over a crosswalk because it has color in it, even though we've been doing this forever. Oh my God! People, the reason people are having trouble walking down the sidewalk because there's an illustration on it. Never mind that they're fucking chipped and broken and cracked and haven't been fixed in years. It's actually, oh my God, it's the painting of that represents the Ringling Circus from days gone by here in Sarasota that's totally distracting. Oh my God, it's, the representation of the Great Wade-In in the 1950s that's really, making people fumble. It's not the gigantic tree, that's sticking out or the cracks that nobody has ever fixed. It's absolute bullshit and lunacy, and the veil on this is so completely and utterly thin. But we know the people who are like, oh my God, yes, this is terrible. They shouldn't be. No one should. They shouldn't be allowed to put color on the sidewalk. They shouldn't be allowed to put color on the crosswalk. How's about this? How's about if you take your hatred, your racism, your discrimination, and keep it to your fucking selves while the rest of society evolves? You don't want to see color? Stay in your sheet white home. And by sheet white, I mean with one over your head, as you would wear all the time if you were allowed. Stay in your house. You don't want to see color? Don't go to those fucking neighborhoods. You're not going to anyway. Those people who are screaming about, oh, don't they have jobs? All this bullshit. They're sitting in their homes on their fat asses, not involved in community, not caring about anyone at all, and they're very proud of it. They're, these people, from what I've experienced, are so proud of not giving a shit about the people around them, their community, and the destruction. I mean, obviously they don't care, or they wouldn't be in love with Chancellor Kittenheels and his big daddy in Washington. Oh, daddy, love me, daddy, love me, daddy. I'm so tired. The gloves are off. I'm sick of it. I don't care. But as I was just saying I was just talking with a friend of mine, and I said, our role, our responsibility right now to stay is not just to stay sane, but to find ways of fighting back. And I was thinking about something I learned when I was taking uh, martial arts. I actually was involved in martial arts for a while, and national champion a couple times. You're welcome. Um, One thing I learned wasn't karate. Oh, kung fu. In kung fu, I used to go in the ring like head on. Blah. Even though my teacher said, you got to find a way to flow. You got to find a way to flow, which I never remember. In kung fu, however, it was stressed to us in a way that I want you to hold on to as we go through this. There are seemingly unmovable objects in our way. Seemingly unmovable. And we're coming at them, or I tend to come at them the way I did to people in the ring. Head on, like flailing, I'm just going to beat the shit out of you. You can hit me as many times as you want in the face. I don't fucking care. I'm not going to feel it for hours, believe me. Um, so when we're hitting these seemingly unmovable objects, like the 5 commissioners at City Hall who have just decimated well over 300 pieces of art. Hello, Nazis. Um, Absolutely destroyed community. Um, absolutely destroyed the community. Um, or parts of it anyway. We don't want to be hyperbolic, but absolutely destroyed some of the community. Um, we're hitting the unmovable, seemingly unmovable object. Sorry, of these five commissioners, and this one man in the state who was laying down decrees Really, we need a cartoon of him like, marching along. A little claymation figure, poop, 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 or a Lego figure, like poop, 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 poop. So when we hit these seemingly unmovable objects, we have to be like water. And we're going back to the kung fu thing. Unmovable water. What, I mean, sorry, unmovable object. Let's say a rock. And the rock is Chancellor Kitten Heels. So Chancellor Kitten Heels is going, me, and look at me, and I'm so scary, and I can do these things to you, and you can't do anything, which is bullshit, utter bullshit. So we got Chancellor Kitten Heels, but this is us. Actually, let's find. Oh no, that's too big. All right, so there's Chancellor Kitten Heels. But this is us, and we are water. Chancellor Kitten Heels is in our way. What do? We flow around it. We flow around it. We flow around the rock like water in a stream. We find ways. And so that's what we need to work on, because eventually this is what happens. That stream turns into a river, can turn into a lake. If we stop hitting him head on, and eventually that water, that stream, let's say, turns into a river, turns into a lake. This is us. This is us if we keep fighting back and we drown it. We drown the rock. And also, the rock starts to decay. The rock, the water, the seemingly soft water, will eventually make this rock, this idiot of a human being, this selfish, arrogant, greedy Chancellor Kitten Heels, we will start to expose his cracks and his rot. And he will, break away. All right? So I just wanted to say that. Now we're going to go shower. I probably should have done it before because I look like a dead person. But anyway, be like water. Upside down, but flow. All right? Ciao.